Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to The Contentment, not a brand, not a business, but a symbol to get every last drop from life. This is a place where we pull together ideas from the world's creatives to help level up your mind, body, spirit. If you didn't know, my brand, The Contentment, what this whole thing and all of this jazz is about is just what I said at the start. The contentment to me, it's not a brand, it's not a business, it's a symbol to get every last drop from life, to squeeze and get every possible last drop from life, to go all in and truly enjoy your life and be like on your deathbed and just think, fuck, I actually did it. I went all in. I actually fucking did it. I went all in and I sent it. Just send it, my dudes. Anyway, today's video, it's a touchy subject for me. Mental health and all of this stuff. I say touchy, but what I mean is I am a huge fan of it, and I think it's so important to talk about so that we can figure out ways and different methods for different people to overcome their own mental health struggles. And for me, that looked like these 5 things. So the title of this video, the title of this week's letter, link in bio if you want to read it, Depression and the Laws of Nature. I believe that as humans, we are nature. Like we are the planet. Let's trace it all the way back to the Big Bang if you want to view it like that, or whatever other context you want to view it as. We are part of nature. We are an animal that lives on Earth, and to be a successful animal on this planet, and I say successful and what I mean is healthy, there are certain laws that we must abide by to maintain our humanness, to maintain our human body, and to maintain our sanity and health. And these things, I believe, are what for me was out of order when I was in my times of chaos, and I was in a really dark place, and then I focused on some things, and now I'm feeling the most stoked and excited and happy and fulfilled that I've ever been in my life. And that's no coincidence, guys. I'm sharing these 5 things because it changed my life, and it may do the same for you. So alright, but just think about that for a second. Alright, evolution, go all the way back to monkeys. Before monkeys, it was like some other organism, and before that it was like a single cell separation, duplication, all of the sciencey stuff, and then boom, fast forward however many millions of years, and boom, we have humans that think that we're better than nature. We think that we're the rulers of Earth, and we think that the rules don't apply, the laws of nature don't apply to us. Well, Mother Nature has news for us, and that comes in many ways of disease. You've either got body stuff like cancer and all of this crazy shit that happens, or you've got mental illness, all of the different array of labels that we have for different mental illnesses. And in my opinion, they all come under the category of dis-ease. If the organism is in dis-ease, it will express that, whether that's mentally, physically, or through an energetic way. We express dis-ease. Dis-ease. So getting my head around that has completely shifted my life, and it takes you away from the stuck mindset I was in, which is I am fucked and my life is fucked, and then it takes you into abundance and seeing that through my daily actions I can actually dictate how I feel and change the way and the trajectory of my life and lead in a more fulfilling, enjoyable way to get every last drop from life. Actually, though, I take the piss a lot, but yeah, I'm dead fucking serious, alright? So let's circle back. These 5 things, check out this graphic, have a look. So nature's human laws for optimal human health. You've got nutrition and hydration, you've got movement, nature and sunlight, social connection, and the great purpose. So let's get into these definitions. Nutrition and hydration. Simply, let's say we're a petrol running vehicle. When we put diesel in, what happens? The vehicle turns to shit and stops running. Just like the human body, it requires good whole food nutrition and adequate hydration. And if you don't do those 2 things, just like the petrol filled car that's filled with diesel, it will shut down and it will start to express dis-ease, or the engine will shut down. Hopefully you can make the connection there. As great Ido Portal said, if you have a body, you must move, and that takes us to the second law. Movement. You must move, whether that's running, jumping, dancing, crawling around on the ground, sitting in your seat going whatever your movement is. find movement that you can do for at least an hour every day. Our bodies require movement to function, from the chemical makeup of our brain and the functionality of our organs, our muscles, our skeletal system, our nervous system. It's all directly connected to each other. And movement is the lubrication for those connections. You must move if you have a human body. And unless you're from planet Zetus watching this on your iPhone 73, then I'm assuming you've got a body. Nature and sunlight. I mean, just to circle back to the start of this whole thing, like, we are nature, we are of the earth, so therefore we must abide by nature's rules and laws, the laws of the jungle. And we must do certain things, and one of them is viewing sunlight as soon as you can when you wake up, getting sunlight directly into your eyes. And I don't mean staring at the sun. What I do mean is just being outside when the sun is out, and if it's a grey sky, then you're still better off being outside. It's going to set your circadian rhythm, and as Andrew Huberman, the great neuroscientist from Stanford University, says, morning sunlight viewing to set circadian rhythm, focus and mood, etc. That was a tweet that he made. Seems like not a legit quote, but now that I read it out loud. But anyway, that's what he said, and he talks about it heaps on his podcast, and he has incredible information around why sun and viewing sun early in the morning is so powerful for us, not only because of our biology and the way that it stimulates our brain's chemistry, but also it helps set up the day for your body so you can sleep better at night and all of that sort of stuff. So getting out in nature, viewing sunlight, we know it's good for us. Come on, we know. Number 4, social connection. Whether it's your family, your friends, your colleagues, people online, whatever it might be, maintaining some sense of social connection so you feel like you have a place in the world, and finding the people that you enjoy sharing things with, whether that's Pokemon, whether that's movement, whether that's the joy of nature, whether that's looking at cat photos, whatever. Finding some sense of community and connection will help us feel more at ease in the world. And if you feel like you belong, then it's going to be far easier to tend to other things, because you're not going to feel so alone. And I really want to emphasize the social aspect of it. It's so hard. Social anxiety is very real and it's difficult, but it's a skill and it's something you can cultivate. And every day, if you just put a little bit of effort into it, to the connections that you want to make, then things start to change and shift and things happen. And I obviously social connection is important. And you can do that with your family too, if you truly have no one. I mean, we've got an online space now. There's no excuse not to have conversations with those people that have similar interests. It's really beautiful. That's why social media is incredible. A lot of people talk shit about it, but I believe that there's more opportunity created than disease from social media, but it takes a big mindset shift to view it that way. And I definitely didn't view it that way for a long time. And a part of me is still like, is this really what I believe? But I do know social media has done wonders for my own progression, so fuck it. It ought to be good. Then the final law, purpose. You need a purpose. You need a purpose in your life to exist. If you don't have a purpose, you don't have the reason to get up in the morning, then you're probably just going to yeet yourself back to sleep or yeet yourself off a cliff. And Jesus, I'm sorry, but I think it's true, and I believe that as men, and this is, I can only speak on what it's like to be a man, I don't know what it's like to be a woman, but as men, I believe we need purpose before we need love. And finding your purpose will then create abundance in so many other areas of your life, because you're fulfilled in your own life, and therefore you can make connections outside of your own life because you're deeply fulfilled because of your purpose. So you can branch out into everything else because you're truly, truly enjoying your time here and you feel like it's meaningful. We assign our own meaning. You give your life its meaning, so you must create your own purpose, or you will be assigned one that will probably make you want to neck yourself. So don't let that be the case for you. Dictate the way that your life will go. Wow, I'm getting some like dictatorship vibes here, but choose your life path, otherwise it will get assigned to you. Yeah. So to fucking get every last drop from life, to squeeze it down, to condense the practicality, we must nutrition, hydration, we must eat whole foods and consume 3 liters minimum of water every day. If you just take care of that, see what happens, you may feel incredible after doing that for a couple of weeks. Give that a try. Next up, we have movement, moving for at least 1 hour minimum a day. Now, it can be an accumulation of different movements, a combination of different movements. It can be yoga, walking, running, sprinting, diving, dancing, jerking, fucking anything. If you spend an hour of solid movement, getting your heart rate up every day, it's going to pay dividends in the future for your body and mind's health. Nature and sunlight, getting outside as much as we possibly can, getting our feet in the dirt and the grass and the sand and the water, and viewing sunlight for 30 minutes if you can when you wake up or as soon as you wake up to help set your mood, your regulation of hormones, and balance your sweet body out. It's important. Social connection, be intentional with the be intentional with the connections that you're trying to make. Try and reach out to those people that inspire you and motivate you. Try and create connections there. Put effort into asking more questions about people, being more curious about who they are, what they've done in their story. Yes, our life is about us, but when you show people compassion, interest, and try and explore their life, then they feel more connected to you and want to share. And it's just a good time, man. It's fucking just so good when you have a real sick conversation with someone that you weren't expecting, and it's like about real shit. Like, you actually want to have it. It's not this fucking stupid conversation where you're just filling it with dumb shit. Like, what did you do on the weekend? Oh yeah, cool. Like, no one fucking cares. Like, I'm sorry, but no one cares. And we all want to have proper good conversations about what we like, and we want to have deep connections with people. Again, I'm speaking from my experience, but I don't want to fucking hear how the weather is. I don't care. And finally, purpose. I made a video and wrote a letter on this, but find your unique curiosity and expression and express that, whatever it is that you enjoy. And I'm just going to give you a short example of how this applies to me. I love movement, I love the human body, I love philosophy, and I love creating shit. And so I do those 4 things every day. That is my purpose. My purpose is to build on those things and keep building, to build the contentment, to help get every last drop from my life and inspire others to do the same, and to help people that were in a really fucked up position and thought there was no way out, and prove to them that if I can do it, so can you, because I was there and now I'm not, and you can do it too. And we are here to get every last drop from life. Just imagine taking the concept. Imagine this is heaven on earth. What would it look like? How would you act? How would you move? What if this is the best possible thing ever? How would you act? How would you move? What would you do? What would you eat? What would you fucking do with your time? Ask yourself that question. This is heaven on earth, but it takes intentional action, daily effort, everything like that, every single day, to prove to yourself and the world that it is indeed heaven on earth. I fucking love this shit. I love talking about philosophy, and I love talking about anything that helps me level up my mind, body, spirit, and helps me get every last drop from life. I know that's super cliche and I say it all the time, but it's what I do, and that's just it. And yeah, I'm sure you get that now that you've been tuning into my videos, and if this is your first time, thank you for watching to the end. I genuinely really appreciate it. I appreciate your time. I hope you got some value from this. If you did, I'd appreciate if you share it with someone, like it, throw a comment down, help the algorithms put my content out to other people. I am intentionally trying to grow this, and if you can help me, that would mean the world. And if you can't, then fuck you. No, I'm joking. If you can't, that is also cool. I'm glad that you checked in anyway. For the dream, guys, for the contentment, let's get every last drop from life. I really appreciate you tuning in. Peace. Thank you. Swag, swag, swag. 420. Swag. Always gotta ruin it. Anyway, peace, guys.